Let's go.
Talking out of turn. That's a paddling. Looking out the window. That's a paddling. Staring at my sandals. That's a paddling. Paddling the school canoe. Oh, you better believe that's a paddling.
I love
Jasper.
Oh,
Jasper's just awesome.
So good. You know what my favourite Jasper thing is?
What?
When he gets his beard stuck in the thing.
Oh.
Like, little more. little more.
I love when he's walking past and the laser hits him between the eyes. Like, oh,
I can
see.
I
I can see. Oh, that was fun while it lasted.
Moon pie. What a time to be alive.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Just Add Movies. It's a typo. Episode 6 called Here Comes the Moneyshot.
Love it.
Referencing to the movie, the biggest movie, I reckon it was 2015? I think it was 2015.
Somewhere there, yeah.
I think it's 2015, called Deadpool. One of the best superhero movies ever made, Deadpool.
Best Marvel movie ever. I loved it. It was so good.
It was bloody hilarious. It was wonderful.
To this day, it's my favourite Marvel movie.
I could still watch 100%. This today and feel like I've watched it and still laugh like I said it the first time.
Classic. It was so good. It's the best.
It is hilarious the way that they just did everything. It was one of those movies, those superhero movies, where they've just done everything absolutely right.
Yeah.
They didn't, they actually just grabbed exactly what he was and just pulled it out of the comic book and went, here you go, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Even Ryan Reynolds was
you
like,
do this.
Goody.
He just, from that disaster Green Lantern, he wanted his superhero and he got it and he nailed it. This was perfect. I honestly can't think of anyone better suited to
I
this.
have never
I really
laughed.
can't.
I've never laughed so hard in any other movie than these
man.
two. And then like
So
Deadpool
good.
1 and 2.
It's definitely aimed at our generation, I reckon.
Yeah.
Like people our age, and
And
I think a lot of older people wouldn't like it as much.
And if anyone does follow this page, follows our Facebook page and our Instagram, we were meant to get to talk of Halloween, but someone didn't watch the movie and didn't write anything down. But that'll be in the next episode or wherever.
I do have to get to it. I'm sorry, I haven't got around
fine.
to it. That's my B. That's my B.
That's fine. So right now we're just going to start it off with the director. We're going to put Tim Miller. Writer, Reet Reese, I think it's called. Reet Reese. I've never really heard of Tim Miller. I think the last movie he did lately was Terminator Dark Fate. I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen it, but I heard it was pretty bad.
I haven't seen it.
I heard it was pretty bad. Never heard of Reet Reese. Reese?
Nope.
Never heard of her.
I
think it's a girl. I think it's a woman. I don't know.
Oh boy, this is bad.
We got the cast here though.
Yeah, you're right.
Cast.
Can't fuck that up.
Can't fuck this one up. Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
Monray Baccarin. I don't know. I don't know what she's off, but she's in.
I follow her on Instagram because I fell in love with her off Gotham.
She is in Gotham. Yes. Anyway, T.J. Miller.
Funny man.
I reckon I've only seen him in a few movies, and
he's never the main role. He never gets a big role. He's always.
This has to be the movie that he's probably
co-star.
Best in.
Yeah, he's probably got the most screen time out of this movie. Although he was in a movie, actually, I stand corrected. I can't remember what it was called.
I watched a movie with him lately, and it was shit.
Bugger.
It was him.
It was his road trip movie.
No, it wasn't a road trip movie.
Movie I did. He was in that. Oh, what's the name of it? Can't remember. Anyway,
we got also Ed Skrein.
Who?
Ed Skrein.
Who? Ajax. Makes more sense.
Yeah.
No. What's he been in? But I haven't. I can't even know this.
I think he's been in a few movies, but nothing really that I've noticed. I don't know. I've seen him in movies, but this one I can't really just exactly see. I remember he was in one movie and he just said like a couple. He was in one of the Transformers movies and he only said I think he was in Transformers 2 and he only says like a couple of words and he's like, Decepticons are only just hiding. This is just the start. And everyone just went, what the?
Okay, thanks, mate. Right on, mate.
There, mate. Yeah, just hide in the back. I think they just wanted to give him one line. They're like, here you go. And you completely screwed that up. Yeah. But he was actually really good in this movie. I actually liked him. I thought he was really good.
He played a really good bad guy.
He really
Proper
did.
Villain. What do you got?
Well, the synopsis, I've just said I wrote this.
Oh, of course you
A
did.
wisecracking mercenary is on a mission to hunt down the man who made him what he is today.
You know what's really
reunited with the one he loves.
Sorry.
You
I know.
you
Sorry.
can't let me talk, can you?
No, I can't.
Like, I'm going to read that again. Okay. A wisecracking mercenary is on a mission to hunt down the one that made him into the person that he isn't today, so he can reunite with the one that he loves.
Boom.
There you go.
Superhero love story comedy. Best.
I still love when this movie is coming out because this movie came out right around the time I think it was Valentine's Day, and they're like saying,
Yeah, it was.
They
used the promo. Yeah, they used the promo.
Here's a love story, and even says it in the movie. Goes, this isn't a love story.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go see Deadpool, babe. It looks really cool.
Nope. Right. First scene, what you got?
It starts off with the credits where he's like the slow motion into the car, and I hear that. Don't call me angel.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, you hear that song. And then it cuts where he's in the taxi with what's his name? Dopendi.
Yeah,
Dopendi. He's in the taxi and he's like, and then like you see him playing Dopenda. He's playing with the window and he's flicking. Flicking the bloody.
Kind of lonesome back here.
The chewing gum, he flicks it to the screen, he starts wiping it off.
Yeah.
He thinks it's stuck to the camera.
No context. That's what I love. It was just no context.
He just looks at it and goes, oh, shit.
What? Like, everything about this movie was great. It started off brilliantly. Yeah, you're right.
He's sitting in the front seat and he's like, we're kind of lonesome back here.
Yeah.
You see that? He's got his crotch in the middle of the camera and he's like trying to still fit
He's trying to fit that little window, yeah.
And he's talking about how he's like, Dopenda's got like, a loved one, but she's fallen in love with someone else. And he's like, you need to win her, and you need to win her back.
Yeah, that's right, because he gets her in the cab, he puts her in the boot. Or puts him in the boot.
Yeah, like, at the end.
What's that? Yeah.
You'll kill him.
Oh, man. So good.
I would never say anything like that. Kidnap him. Kill him.
This is probably the best movie Marvel did. I'm sorry.
This ties up between me and
you got like
Endgame
and like Infinity War and all that, like your main.
They were just
Marvel.
epic. They were just epic movies.
Yeah.
This movie was just brilliant.
This movie was good. It was made well. Written well. It was perfect. It was so good. It was cast perfectly.
Ryan Reynolds, I think he had a lot of influence in this movie though, like because this movie was not about to happen.
If you notice Ryan Reynolds, like if you follow him on any sort of social media, he's very funny.
Oh, he's a very funny man. He is the human version of Deadpool.
Yeah. Like you could imagine him being that, and he falls into that character so well, and he
suits it. Like
oh man.
Well, this movie was almost never meant to happen because this isn't the first time he first played.
Yeah,
Deadpool.
This is true. Yeah,
he played him he played Wade Wilson in the disaster of a movie, X-Men Origins Wolverine.
It was,
and he was only just played as Wade Wilson. The soldier.
I liked Origins. I really did.
I did.
Up until that point, once they turned Wade into. In that movie, he had the swords, and he had the samurai swords, and so they got that right.
Yeah.
But the way they went about that, just making him all bald and looking all messed up.
And like the end, when he gets and he starts getting the blasters like Cyclops.
Yeah.
You actually see the Deadpool eyes happening.
Do you?
Yeah,
I
you
never
see
noticed.
when you watch it again, when he shoots out, you see the Deadpool eyes happening. That's how he's transforming into Deadpool. But I was like, this is garbage.
It's so bad. Yeah, it made that movie really.
This was
really
bad.
The movie itself wasn't too bad, I thought. And then it got to that, and that ruined it.
It just jumped. This one, the X-Men Origins didn't make any sense. But like this movie did not.
Oh yeah, because that's the worst of the origin of the X-Men movies.
No, there's actually worse. But this is still pretty garbage. This is still garbage. Yes, I'm saying it again. It was garbage. But
with the garbage again.
This movie, Deadpool, almost didn't happen because of that movie. They even Fox went, no, not happening. It took. I think it took them nearly 4 years just to get this movie into development.
Really?
Even to talk about it.
Funny you say that because the budget for this was only $58 million, which makes sense that they
didn't have a lot.
Fine, you want to do this? You do it, but you do it on piss all.
Yeah.
Like $58 million, that's nothing, man.
No.
That's nothing. But you know the best part is? It grossed $783 million.
Yeah, like how good is that?
That is insane.
That is brilliant.
That is just phenomenal.
Like it is the way that they did. Everyone knew how hyped up this movie was. Knew this movie was going to be huge. As soon as I heard it was happening, I was like, yes. As soon as I seen the trailer, I like almost cried because how good it was.
I think once it come out and people were like, holy crap, this is the best, I think then it would have gained momentum. I don't know. I can't remember. This is 2016. So
this movie was just so funny.
It was brilliant.
It was hilarious. Like I could not stop laughing and crying because I was laughing that hard.
Ryan Reynolds actually improvised. Not a great deal, but he improvised a fair few of those lines he had. They were all improvised. Like I said, he's very funny, and he brought that in from his own self.
It's
And
absolutely
it was so good. He did brilliantly.
because he was pushing. He was the one that was pushing for this movie.
Yeah,
It had to
I remember
happen.
that. Yeah,
And I love how they
'Cause he
do.
but they referenced the shitty one. Yeah,
They always
they had
reference
the doll. Remember the doll?
the
that he
Green
has?
Lantern. Yeah, oh,
No, not the Green Lantern one.
yeah, that's on his keychain.
Yeah, he's got that little shitty thing. Like the
How they reference him how being like Green Lantern,
yeah.
and they were
He's
saying
like,
it was
don't make the suit green. You know, like,
or animated.
or yeah, like
And even there was a photo. Even you do see in
a big
that
fuck you to
opening,
DC, wasn't it?
the opening credit scene, you see a wallet
Mm.
and a picture coming out. It's actually Ryan Reynolds in a Green Lantern costume, like going, "Hi."
Is it?
Yeah, like
Oh,
smiling.
I didn't
It
even
is.
notice.
If you watch it again, you'll see him like a photo. I couldn't
Yeah,
stop laughing
right.
when I saw that.
That's brilliant. Just those little things, eh? And I'm surprised they didn't get in shit over that.
Yeah, even they
Like-
mentioned like Batman and Robin. He goes,
Yeah.
"Well, like Robin, like Batman."
Yeah. Like, I'm surprised they really didn't get in trouble for that. But it made it so worth it. My God, it was funny.
You got any ratings of this movie?
I got some ratings.
You got some ratings?
What do you got? So, IMDb, 8 out of 10. Which
Yeah.
is pretty good.
Yep,
I totally agree with that. Rotten Tomatoes, we got 85%.
Yeah.
Yep, fair. And then, of course,
Our favourites.
number one, our mates at Metacritic, a whopping 65%.
That's pretty
now,
good.
as we mentioned on this program enough, that's pretty good for Metacritic.
Like we've
These guys
mentioned
are
before,
impossible to please.
these guys are very harsh.
Yes,
They're very
they are.
thorough, and 65% is actually really
That's pretty
good.
up there.
Like,
That's a standard like 9 on any other.
You'd have
on
to have
any
a
other
masterpiece for these guys to get 100.
website. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
To give
What
100%.
movie do you reckon? I think after this we should look up what movie they've ever given 100%, if any.
Oh, it'd have to be the
It'd
the
have to be
Oscar winners
one.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That got it. Even then, I reckon they wouldn't
Like
even like. I reckon
Titanic and stuff. Well, they gave what? Endgame. That was down there. That was only like
that was 80.
70
That was,
something. wasn't it?
that was
Oh, I
78%.
can't remember. Yeah, but
78%.
yeah,
Or
that-
74% or something.
yeah, something stupid. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was like the number one movie in the world. It's the highest grossing film of all time, and they still were like, "Yeah, it was alright."
You know what? I was very surprised
Get
this
over
movie
this.
didn't get up there.
There
There was a lot of people that went and seen this. When I had to buy
this?
tickets like 2 weeks in advance.
To this,
Yeah.
yeah,
I had to buy tickets for 2 weeks in advance because I knew it was going to be packed out. And I went into Maitland Cinema, Reading Cinemas. The line was going through the door.
yeah.
This is a 6 o'clock session, so the
Wow.
line was going out the door
Yeah,
and
yeah,
around
yeah.
near Mustard.
I
Like,
didn't know it was that popular. I thought it would have gained momentum once it come out.
no, because it was me and a few
People were
other
like,
mates.
It's actually really good.
It was me and a few other mates. So I bought them because I knew it was going to be late. And lucky I bought them online. So you know how the e-tickets has got a lot, like no one just goes ahead and buys them. And that's why the line was going around the door.
Yeah.
Lucky I had the e-tickets. They had a separate line and there was no one there. So I went straight up there. I got my seats perfect.
Yeah, right. Nice.
I prepped for this.
Oh, man.
I prepped
This-
for Deadpool.
I went and seen this with Steph, and I loved it. And then we made it a tradition, so we went and seen the second one together.
Oh.
It was like a date night kind of thing because it was so good.
I went and seen this with like
Brilliant.
the next one with Tegan.
I loved it. Steph, typically, I don't think likes these kind of movies, but even she was cacking it.
Oh, so was Tegan
Like,
in this
she
one.
loves it.
She loves it. She thought the first one was hilarious. Well, I went, righto, we want to go see the second one. She goes, yeah, of course. Seeing that, she was laughing harder than I was.
Yeah, it's so good.
But there was some
the
point-
second one was good, man. Like with Josh Brolin, your favorite.
My favourite
Your
actor at the
favourite.
moment, Josh Brolin.
He did well. He did really. He's a fucking good actor.
He is a
man.
great actor.
Wow.
I reckon he could play any role that he... I reckon if you chuck
Yeah.
him in Willy Wonka, he'd do it.
Yeah,
And he'd be good at
and he'd
it.
nail it. Yeah, absolutely.
Some sort of badass looking Deadpool, like some Willy Wonka, like just going...
badass mother. It'd be like an R-rated Deadpool.
Stay away from the Oompa Loompas.
Yeah. Don't touch that chocolate river.
Don't touch it.
Don't. I fucking told you, you fat fuck.
Whoa.
Oh, too far? Too far. A little bit. A little bit too far.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Right.
What do you got? Fun facts.
Fun facts. Well, I haven't got that much, but I did say, like, mentions a lot of DC superheroes. A lot of Canadian references. As if you don't know,
Ryan Reynolds is
Ryan is
Canadian.
Canadian. So is Wade Wilson.
Really?
The character of Wade Wilson is actually Canadian.
I did not know
And
that.
actually, in a lot of his comics, he references to about being Canadian and all that, and which I think it ties it up. Because I reckon, if
I
you've
didn't
watched
know that.
Ryan Reynolds in an interview, he actually does a lot of like Canadian references.
Yeah.
Not saying how much he loves it, how much he bags
hates
the
it.
crap
Yeah,
out of it.
yeah,
Because he does a lot of the jokes, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, it works, eh? It's
Also,
like, I think it's an American thing too, because like they've just accepted him as his own,
yeah,
as their own, and now he's like, well, Americans rag on Canada, so
why not I? Canadians can only bag it out. Like, here in Canada.
what's that South Park episode where they're like, is it the Canadian anthem or something?
Oh, I think
the Canada song.
I don't know.
Can't remember how it goes.
Here in Canada.
I think it's something like that.
Oh, there's
Funny.
a lot of them. But
Yeah.
another one, Wade's friends with actually a Hydra agent.
What?
You know Bob? He's like, Bob?
Yeah.
Wade? In the comics, that was actually made to be reference to a Hydra agent, which they have a lot of comic books, like, adventures with. Like, there's a lot of story. That's actually reference to the Bob character in the comics.
Is that right?
I only just looked it up about 10 seconds ago.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
Another one, and I reckon you
Because
never...
they don't introduce, like,
No, they
Hydra
never
or
mentioned. They just
anything.
went like, how's the
that side
wife
of
and
things.
kids, huh?
Yeah.
Your wife's still making that tuna casserole so good. Another one, and I reckon you did not pick up on this.
Mhm.
The scene where Ajax and Deadpool fight
Yes.
is actually on an abandoned helicarrier from S.H.I.E.L.D.
Ah, I knew
looked
it
up.
was. I knew it had to be a. You could see it was a helicarrier. You
You
knew
can see.
that.
I
But-
thought it was just like a Navy ship. But then
Yeah?
actually you could
You
see
could
the
see it was-
propellers in there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh crap, that's a S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, that kind of puts it
Helicarrier.
into perspective, doesn't it? It kind of gives it a timeline, doesn't it? Kind of gives Deadpool a timeline.
I think
to
that was just
where-
meant to be a reference to Marvel
you
saying,
reckon?
hey, I'm still here.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because you could probably put it in there somewhere before, what was it, Winter Soldier, where they blow up all those bloody...
The helicarriers.
Yeah.
So
So
it could be.
So maybe. But maybe I'm
Maybe.
reaching too much into it.
Well, yeah, overthinking this.
I think you're right. I think maybe they were just like, Hydra, see, look, Marvel. I think you're right. You're like, hey, we're still here, look. It's okay. Fox doesn't own all of it.
I do like how, like, I think it was the one bit how they do mention, like, a lot of the X-Men characters and they go, wow.
You're
like,
still here? Oh, how'd they
there's
afford
only-
you?
How to, like, you know, this massive budget and we can only afford 2 X-Men.
Yeah, that's
Such
right.
a large mansion, too. Oh.
Yes, you're like, Stewart or McAvoy?
It's come to see Professor X. Was it up to Stewart or McAvoy?
Yeah.
I had,
man.
there's a lot
They
of
need
pros.
to bring him into an X-Men movie just once.
Well, we're going to go through, like, the pros and cons here.
All right.
I haven't got any cons.
No.
I haven't got a single
This
thing.
is polar opposite to episode 5, where we were just
We
all
had a
cons.
lot, and this one I've got none.
No.
I got
I
absolutely.
cannot fault this
nada.
movie, man.
This movie was
Absolutely
just
not.
brilliant.
You know how I said I don't think I'd ever give something a 10 out of 10?
You're thinking 10 out of 10 for this
I don't
one.
know. I'm not going to give him a rating yet, but just saying.
Oh, I think no. I got nothing to say bad against it. I got a lot of pros though.
Man. All right, let's roll off the pros. I think we can both agree there's no cons to this movie.
No cons. So we can roll on to the pros here. I reckon it was downright hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was like just to the comics exactly.
Yep.
Ryan Reynolds was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite ever scene in that movie is where, like, he goes, I'm going to do to you what the Backstreet Boys did to the 90s. Bang! And he hits him and he's like, starts grabbing it like Colossus' dick. He's like, Dad? He just goes, bang. And then I think it's when he kicks him in the nuts. He's like, oh, your poor wife. I think he punches him and he's like, his hands tickling.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, and he's just, them two just clicked.
Yeah, it was so good. It doesn't give him shit, eh? Like, Colossus is the best in that movie.
Oh, them two just clicked it away. Even when he shoots him and he's like,
man.
it takes a moment second to be a hero and he just shoots him. He's like, starts throwing up. Far out. Another thing I loved is how they break the fourth wall.
Oh, yeah, where he talks to the
He
camera.
breaks the fourth wall and he's like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
You didn't think this was going to happen, did ya? Don't worry. I had a very special friend. He's got a nice pair of smooth jugglies down under. He starts referencing to Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
I loved how they reference to Hugh Jackman all the time.
Is it the first one or the second one where he's wearing that mask? He's wearing
No,
the
the
Wolverine
first
mask.
one, when he pulls it off and you see
Oh, it's not
the
Wolverine.
sexiest man alive, and it's got Hugh Jackman's like cut out,
Yeah.
and it's stapled to his head.
Yes. I
Oh,
can't remember if it was the first one or the second one, but yes.
the first one,
Absolutely.
like just how they reference to him all the time
Unbelievable. But you know, like the Twitter wall they had, they just go back and forth all the time. Did you ever
because
follow
they
that?
want
Like
the
on
movie
Instagram.
them two together.
Yeah, I want that. Just that doesn't even have to be them. It doesn't
I
have to be
think even
Deadpool and
Hugh
Wolverine.
Jackman even
It just has
said-
to be something.
I think even Hugh Jackman said, he goes, I will revamp the role of Wolverine as long as it's a Deadpool.
Yeah.
And he said he wants to do a Deadpool
God, I would
Deadpool Wolverine
love
movie.
to see that, man. It would
be
so
hilarious. And like another what I loved is how they keep like I don't know, just the fourth wall breaks and he's like,
Yeah.
I think it was when the blind lady in the last scene where he's like, no, only baking soda cleans out bloodstains. Amateur. He's like, yeah, that lady.
Yeah.
A fourth wall break inside of a fourth wall break. That's like 18 Wars.
Yeah, that's right. Like you could see so much of Ryan Reynolds himself in that character.
Oh,
it's insane.
definitely. I reckon even the scene where he's sitting on the lounge. And he's like, okay, you need to go because my junk looks like the size
I
of
was just going to
it's
say
so
that's
big in my
that's my
tiny
favorite
hands.
scene. That is probably my favorite scene.
He's like, go.
Yeah.
Oh, he keeps cutting the scenes, and then you see him in the bed, and he's got the unicorn stashed up on his face. And
Yeah.
It's like,
Or and she loves cocaine, and he's like, I've hidden cocaine somewhere in the apartment.
I've somewhere there's a kilo of cocaine next to the cure of blindness.
Yeah.
And he like kisses her on the head and walks off.
Yeah.
Which in the second one, I reckon we should do one of the second one because it was hilarious.
Oh man.
Really, he comes in and he's like, he's quiet and she's moving shit around.
Yeah.
He moves the lounge, pulls it out. There's a kilo of cocaine next to the cure of blindness.
Yeah.
He pulls that out, moves it back out. So and it's, oh Jesus! Oh, it was a funny movie. Yeah, you got any pros?
So good. Just everything.
Everything.
Like, I do love the scene where he finally crashed the car and he's on one side and they're all ganged up on the other side, and then they're on the bridge and he's just being a smart ass. He's like, the one bit where he pops up, where they're all like waiting for him to pop up, and he just puts his arms up. And he's just like, wait. And he just tries to talk his way out of it, and they just start shooting him. He's got holes fucking everywhere.
You've only got one bullet each, so you're gonna have to share. Except for the guy wearing the brown pants, though.
Yeah. Good choice. Yeah.
Oh, he pops his head. He's like, "Hi."
Yeah. Wait.
Wait.
Puts his arms up. Love it.
Oh, that was a funny movie.
Reviews?
You want to kick it in some reviews?
Yeah, let's kick it into
Got Metacritic here.
some review.
Our boys here.
No,
at
we're on Rotten Tomatoes.
All right, we'll go Rotten
'Cause,
Tomatoes.
you know, they're easier.
Because
They're
we
easier to
weren't
read.
prepped, ladies and gentlemen. We were not prepped for this episode.
We were not.
This was done in 5 minutes.
It really was.
So
And
I think we're
it's
done.
showing.
I think we're done really well in 5 minutes.
I think it's pretty
We
not
could
great.
have- no,
Not great.
done better with what we could have.
This
I
is
think
true.
we've done pretty well
Under
in
the-
5 minutes.
Under the circumstances.
Under the circumstances and 5 minutes, I think we've done pretty well.
Yes.
So
yes.
talk on for what? 25 minutes?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we got 25
on the
minutes
money.
exactly. There
On
you
the
go.
money. Good job.
This might be a very short episode, guys. So we do apologise for
Apologise.
that. Andy wasn't prepared.
I was not. Shut up.
Andy fucked up.
The film, thankfully, hilarious from titles to post-credits, with thick, fast references to the world's real and mutant levity of counterpoint and darkness. Yeah, that's pretty right.
That's all right.
The movie is funny, like really funny. In fact, I'd call it the funniest big-budget superhero movie that we've seen, which I agree with because, frankly, Avengers and all those spin-offs to Avengers, like Thor and Guardians and that, they have their funny moments. Like, yes, they are funny,
Yeah.
but they're mostly action. This is just all funny.
Hmm.
Like, there's not one scene where there's not a smart-ass comment or he's just being hilarious,
Yeah.
I think.
I think I can name a couple, but to be honest, he's always just
None of
been a
these-
smart ass in this movie. He's just always witty.
Like, even when he's going under the operation and they're like, you know, he's in that shitty warehouse thing and he's going under that operation, he's going through some serious shit.
Hmm.
Oh, you know what actually is my favorite scene? One of my favorite scenes where he blows it up, or he's in the oxygen tank. And he's like, we're going to lower the oxygen to the point where
You can't breathe.
but you won't die. Just on the
Like
verge
you're just
of
struggling to
yeah,
breathe.
Yeah. And then he gets the match and then he lights it, he flicks it, and it's like classic. That would not
That would never work.
That would never ever work in a million years, but it's fucking badass. And you buy into it. Unlike Power Rangers, where you didn't buy into any of that shit. This, you could be like, that was cool. Never ever work in reality, but cool as. And it didn't feel like a superhero movie, you know what I mean? Like this didn't feel like an adventure like with Avengers or something that's so far out. You loved it, but you never see it. This, you kind of like, it was just modern kind of shit. It's not physically possible to do.
No.
But it felt real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I liked.
Oh, I did like that, like how they just changed the angle on it. It's not like a real superhero movie.
Yeah.
Even if he does, in that movie, he does point it out. He said, this isn't a superhero movie.
And they
he's
just
like-
poke fun at their own movie, which is just hilarious.
He
I
even
think
rips-
it's really good.
He rips the shit. Even the second one, he does a lot of MCU references, like a lot.
Yeah, heaps.
I would love to do a one on the second one, to be honest.
I
reckon
think we should do that. We'll prepare for the second one and we'll do it.
Probably next, the
Yeah,
next lot.
Next lot.
We can be ready for this one.
Yes, let's do that. It's fun. We're getting off.
Of course I have it.
God damn it. We're getting off track. Right now.
Right now.
Next.
Next.
Trivia.
All right, go trivia.
Yeah, we got one more. Ryan Reynolds said that there are over 100 references throughout the entire film, including Easter eggs, pop culture references, cameos, and his direct hits to other Marvel films. Over 100.
Over 100.
You reckon?
If
Well,
you
that's
go
what he
back and
said.
count it all, I reckon you would. I reckon
That's
you'd
what he
pick it
said.
out.
I believe it.
I believe it too.
I believe it. Well, that's a pretty broad spectrum too, because you've got Easter eggs, pop culture references, cameos, and direct hits to other Marvel films. So that's a lot.
That's a lot. That's still pretty good though.
That's a lot of stuff. But over 100, that's pretty good. I believe it because there is a lot.
There is a lot.
Ryan Reynolds is the first actor to be nominated for a Golden Globe for playing a Marvel film character.
There you go.
I did not know that. And that was in 2016. And
2016. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I did say 2015. It was
Well, you were
2016.
pretty close. It doesn't matter. It's fine. That
I
was
should
20 minutes
know
ago.
this.
No one remembers.
I should know this because this is the day. I won't go into it personally, but this is the day that I got my job. And I remember this day because that was the night I was going to see the movie that day, that night. So
That
there
got
you
the
go.
job. There you go. Fun fact. Thank
Yeah.
you for that.
Yeah, thank you, Andy.
Yeah.
You're the one who got me in, and
Yeah,
look where
cool.
I'm at now.
Hey, I got you that job, and you're still there 4 years later.
Yeah.
Mother F.
Yay.
But yeah, there you go. So he was the first, which I think is funny because like Avengers was what, 2012?
Yeah, and I don't
Avengers
really
was
think
2012,
any.
and then there was build up before that. There was the original Thor, 2 Iron Mans.
There's heaps, but you even think about it though. Like there wasn't. I don't even think anyone was actually nominated from
No.
the MCU. I don't
That's
think
it.
anyone. I know last year Black
So-
Panther was nominated for
Yeah, that got up
best
there, didn't it?
movie.
Yeah,
This year was Joker and
like-
Joaquin Phoenix.
yeah.
That were nominated in the Oscars, and like you still get like the Marvel movies, for like best cinema, like best
cinematography
best
or
cinematography, bloody best sound effects and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. But you
Stupid
never actually,
categories.
but you still haven't seen. I think even Joaquin Phoenix is still the only guy to be actually nominated for a comic book movie for
Really?
best actor. So
Maybe.
DC wins. Woo!
Ooh.
But anyway, we're getting off topic here. But yeah,
right.
no, that's actually really interesting because you think about it. None of the like MCU characters have never been nominated for an actual role.
That's a long
I could be
time.
wrong. I could be very
MCU's
wrong.
been around for a lot longer
10
than
years.
2016.
10
So
years.
that's a long time, and a lot of people not. I don't it's nominated, not win. So,
Yeah, he only was
That's
nominated.
impressive.
He didn't win it. Did
No.
he? No, he didn't.
but that's
win it.
impressive for
But
none
still,
of
he
them to
still
even
did
be
get nominated.
nominated when you've seen Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man maybe
Just
4 times before this.
Mm.
You've seen Steve Rogers,
Thor, Chris Hemsworth playing Thor.
Yeah, all them, and none of them got a mention. So that's impressive.
That is impressive, and well done to Ryan Reynolds.
Absolutely.
Thank you for
Deserves
bringing
it.
something that we love.
Light.
That
Well,
I
not
will still
light,
watch.
but it's so good. You got a rating?
I do. It's time again now to get out the jam. I've got myself some peach jam here. They're going to spread across me.
Oh, so this is your thing. You're gonna do a different
different type of jam
okay.
every week.
Okay, I like it. You're gonna run out
got
pretty
the
quick.
peach jam, and
Okay.
this is the second time I've only ever done this. I'm giving this a big old fat 10 out of 10 with a big whammy,
Oh.
and it knocked it right out of the park.
The old double whammy.
I'm giving it a whammy.
My
the old
God.
peach
Yes,
jam's
you did
done
this.
it.
You did this too. You did this once before.
Yes, I did.
Yes,
I've only
good
did this
job.
once, and that was for
And
Avengers.
This is popping my cherry because I have
Oh,
not.
he's got the cherry jam out.
I have not given a 10 out of 10 before, but as I said, straight up 10 out of 10.
Well done.
This is probably one of my favorite movies. I love this movie.
I did too. I did. I
So
actually love this
funny.
movie. One of those movies. I might even sit down and watch it tonight.
I think so.
I might even.
I was
put it on.
trying to avoid people telling them that we haven't actually watched it before
We
doing
did not,
this.
like I did say, we've only
Yeah, we
had
haven't
5
prepped
minutes
it.
prep for this because Andy screwed up.
Yes. Shut up.
That is Deadpool episode 6.
That is a very rough version of Deadpool.
The very rough version. Like I
Exactly.
said, we're running out of a bit of time of what we got here, but here is episode 6. Here comes the money shot. You can find us here on Instagram and Facebook, and you also can find us on Podbean and Apple Podcasts if anyone wants to listen to us on there. But like I
Yeah.
said, go on our Facebook page or our Instagram messages and just say, look, why don't you guys do this movie?
Tell
Might
us
consider it.
some shitty movies. Tell us some good movies. Whatever you got.
We want a lot of shitty movies.
We want bad movies. Give
We
us
want bad
your
movies.
horrid movies, and we will ramble about them bad boys.
Righto. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening.
Peace.